Hello everyone, thank you for watching my video discussing Onua and some of the flaws. More focusing on the flawed function. And no, I'm not just putting my Onua in here to be like, oh, my version, my upgrade's better. I'm doing it more to show what I'm trying to advocate for how to fix this. So let's just start off with, okay, the idea of the new bringing back the Bionicle function is that now the Toa can once again swing their arms and fight and battle like they used to in Gen 1 with the original Toa and like with Toa Tahu swinging his sword. Now this they decided to try and because this is now an action figure instead of, well, let's just go in here for Tahu real quick. Tahu is not very posable, but that actually ends up being an advantage for him in terms of his gimmick, because since he's not that posable, you can swing his arm really rapidly and not worry with it getting too messed up, because the only joint you have to worry about is this one. So maybe it'll move a little bit, but if the joint's tight and brand new, especially if it was brand new, you can just do the same motion over and over again and move the toy and have him swing and go crazy with him. Not anymore. With the new function, they decided to tighten it up with various means. They tighten up the gear so that the function is more laboring, and that way you can stop in mid-function and have him pose, and his arms won't fall over and flop around. Cause like if you try to have Tahu raise his arm, bam, back down. There was a solution to that, though, which LEGO seems to have forgotten, because it is a little more it's not as easy as just swinging the arm and just stopping. But overall, I feel like it's way more effective. And these two systems that LEGO used both then and now cannot be compared subjectively, because they're very different. And that goes back to something else that some of you might already know about, the argument with Jay. Anyway, point is, they're two different systems, so you can't say one is 100% better than the other. But I'm going to explain why I feel the method they took with Gen 1 was a bit smarter in terms of the gear, which is basically gumming it up. You make it stuck. So let's take my Onua here, and you try and twist the gear. Now it's stuck. Why? It's really simple fix. All you gotta do is, let's just stick one of these things in here. I mean, some of the figures have this hole filled for tightening up their gear, but all you gotta do is get rid of the tightening of the gear and make a little peg like this, gum it up, and the gears don't move, and you can pose him however you want, and that way the action figure side of him is fulfilled. Take it out, and bam, swinging around like nothing. It's super easy. It's a very nice system, because that way, even though it's a slightly longer, takes a little longer than just, you know, stopping, and bam, he's in his new pose. You can actually capture the same crazy fun that you had swinging around the arms, because that's where the fun comes in. When you want to play with your toy and show that if you're using the gimmick to make the toy move and make action, because like you can easily just take the arm and swing it. Like I could just have him go yeah, but that's not quite as, it just doesn't feel the same as like when you feel like the toy is doing it itself, because all you have to do is pull a switch. You don't have to put as much effort into swinging the arm, because you got the switch, and he can just do it by himself. And if you make it a laborious task, like with the new one, it's just not as fun. It's, well, one, it doesn't really make a ton of sense that they gave him two, except that he has his claws. But with the hammer, it's just, his other arm's moving, so yeah, whatever. I mean, that's not really that big of a big deal, but it's not very easy, especially for little kids. JoJo tried it, my little brother, and he could barely do it. It's really tight, and it's like, I mean, I guess it makes for a good hand workout, but is that really what you want when you're playing with your cool action figure? Not really. Honestly, overall, it's a difference of two ideas, but I feel like the pros of what Lego did with the original sets of gumming up the system, like with Tahu Nuva. Here, let me just show an example. You got Tahu Nuva, gears gummed up, take it out, swing away. Really simple. And I feel like that's overall a lot more satisfying when controlling the figure and having him have that function than just the simplicity of I can stop at any time and it makes a pose. It's convenient, but it's not fun, and that ruins the function. So it kind of makes the function extraneous. So thank you for watching. That's pretty much it. And yeah, Onua is a huge chest and it looks stupid.